Happy Tuesday, December 3rd, as the year is quickly flying by. 28 more days, and that'll be it for 2019. I always find myself this time of the year asking, where did the year go? I mean, 365 days, it just seems like it flies by. Every time the holidays comes around, it just seems like it's just too short, and then we're in a new year. But looking forward to 2020. Anyways, this morning I went out for my track workout, Track Tuesday as I call it, and was focusing on doing a little bit of leg turnover. I've got a mile race at the track this weekend. It's my first ever official mile race. I've done some on my own, but this one's put on by one of the local coaches, EV1 or East Valley 1 Mile. They do a great job of putting on these mile races. My wife did a few last year, and I was really excited to watch her race. And it is nerve-wracking because you're trying to run your fastest mile, and it's a little more than 4 laps and 9 meters for official mile, and you're basically kind of going all out, as quick as you can for 4 laps. But it's something that I'm definitely interested in doing, and it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but I know what I'm capable of. My goal is to run a sub 7. Ultimately, I'd like to be in the upper 640s, like 648, 649. But my main goal is to just break 7, and I'll feel good about it. So this morning, I went out to the track. Now, our track here, which is only a mile away from the house, so I usually do a warm-up mile there. For the past year, they don't always have the track gates open. So there are several gates leading into the parking lot of the school. Those have been open usually by like 5:30, and there are several gates leading to the track itself. Those are sometimes closed. Well, I've talked with the groundskeepers in the past, and they assured us that they'll open it up 5:15, 5:30, and it's hit or miss. Lately, though, it's been good. So I got there this morning. Thankfully, it was open. And my goal, or workout, I should say, for the morning was 2 by 800 at about 344 pace, followed by 4 by 4 with increasing, or I should say quicker pace. First 400 at 150, then dropping at 5 seconds for each. So 150, 145, 140, and closing out with a 135. I wanted to just get some leg turnover. Nothing crazy with those times for me, at least. Definitely something I could do. The 800, I started out, my first 800 was a 346, which was good. I was targeting about a 153 on the first 400, and then try to close out again with another 153. I think I was around there for the first, maybe a little bit slower, and then I picked it up just a bit on the second half. And then on the second one, I did a 344, so I was right on target, and I felt good. I didn't have to really adjust my pace too much. I didn't want to. Usually the last 100 of my workouts is where I tend to kick it in, but I wanted to run it as even as possible, and just not, this workout this morning wasn't about going out there and just burning it up and just being totally exhausted. I wanted to feel like I worked, but not redlining at all. So the 800s was great. And of course, I do a little bit of recovery, walk, run, about 200 meters on the 800. And, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, 400 on the 800. And then on the 400s, I was looking to hit the first one at 150. I did that in 146. That one felt pretty good. I didn't need to go out too quick on the first 200 meters. That would have put me at about 50. So can't do my math here in the morning. 10 seconds. 150. 50 would be about a 40, or 50 is 100, so that's 140. So yeah, just under 2-minute pace. Boy, I am really sorry struggling with my math this morning. 146 is what I hit for that first 400. And then but the next target was 145, and I did that in 144. The third one was 140, and I hit that in 141. That was the only one that I was really, I guess, over or just missed it by a second. No biggie. I felt pretty good, throughout. I could tell that the effort was a little bit harder, but 140 isn't anything crazy for me to do. And then the last one, 135, that was interesting because I knew that I had to be about 47 seconds on the 200. Even if I slipped to a 49 or 50, I could get it on the 100. Just means that I would have to pick it up a little bit more. Even though I really wanted to try to stay even paced, I did the first 200 in 50. And that surprised me because it felt like I was going at about a 46 or 47. So when I looked at my watch and I saw 50, I thought, oh crap. I panicked for about a second. I knew I still could do it. So around that turn, right after the 200, I did pick it up. And when I looked at the graph, after loading it up, I could tell that my pace definitely picked up quite a bit. When I got around the turn with 100 to go, I definitely picked it up, and I finished in 133. So I basically ran a 50 and a 43 for the 200 splits. Not what I really wanted to do on the last one, or did I think that I was a little bit behind my target. But at the same time, I thought, well, let's see what I can do on the 400. Now, that wasn't all out, of course, but if I would have ran the last one all out, I definitely would have got under 130, maybe 124, 125. But I'm happy with it. If you add up all the splits on the 400, that puts me at a 644, which would be great. I know that I'm not going to have any rest in between on the mile. It's 4 laps continuously, but I will be out there with others. So I feel good about it. I'm looking forward to it. I feel that I can run the race in a time that I would be happy with. It's all about strategy, right? Not knowing how the competitors in my field are going to run. I know a name or two on there, but those heats can change. So I just have to go out there and run my race. It's going to be hard. I'm going to feel totally exhausted. And the last time I tried to do a mile on my own, I think it was like a little over 7 minutes, 7:05 possibly, and my arms, as well as my legs, felt like I just couldn't move. And I did that on my own about a month ago at the track just to see what I could do. and it was painful. Lactic acid, everything rushed in. So I do have a kick. How much of a kick, that remains to be seen, because it's probably going to feel like I'm running in quicksand. But this morning was a great workout. Temperature was 49 to 50 degrees. I wore this as a warm-up. I got a long sleeve light compression shirt and shorts underneath, and just took off the pullover when I got there, and proceeded to do the track workout. I didn't have a headband because it was right on the cusp there at 50 degrees. It's not too bad. It's usually when it gets down into the low 40s, maybe even mid 40s. My ears tend to get a little bit sore, cold. I could have used gloves though at the end when I'm doing my cool down home, just to keep my hands warm, because it started to feel a little bit chilly, especially on the recovery. So that's a recap of my Track Tuesday workout here, and yeah, very excited to see what I can do for this weekend. If you like what you see, please hit the thumbs up below, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so that you can get all the latest and greatest of the running content. Hit the subscribe button down below. Otherwise, I hope to see you guys soon. Happy running to you guys out there. Have a great week. Talk to you soon.